Hope you're doing as good as I'm doing. Today is pretty crazy because this does not typically happen, but back to back, I'm having some very fantastic days. I thought for sure after yesterday and all the energy I used getting through such a long work day and working out till like midnight that I'd be dead today. But we're feeling physically at an 8.5 for sure. And mentally, I'm at a 9 again. This was a very, I'll put it at a 9.1 just because it was just the only thing that made it better than yesterday was that there were more gym homies. And that shit will always drive me so much more than just being there with a few people or by myself. But, I don't know. Just everything was great today. It felt awesome. It just kind of all lined up, It's one of those rare moments. I kind of talked about this yesterday when I was explaining why, the best time of the gym isn't normally about the specific time of day. It's just, you might have a rare moment that makes you think that. This is one of those moments, I did go at a pretty normal time, but it's definitely, I feel really great. But everything flew. Everybody showed up today. It was one of those awesome moments. And on top of that, I got to see my brother go to the public gym for the first time in probably 6 years. I can't remember he's been working out more consistently lately, but I can't remember the last time he went out to do it, which is awesome. And so I thought it'd be really fun to kind of talk about that and get into your first experience at the gym and kind of what it entails and how I at least think you should do whatever you want, but maybe a healthier mindset to go about it if you're stressing about it, if you're a newcomer in the gym. But the way that I see it is when you first start going to a public gym, it's always going to be stressful, unfortunately. It's like a new area you've never been before. It's like showing up for a new club where they expect you to do stuff and you don't really know exactly what you're doing and you're just trying to kind of figure it out and but what I like to think about is when I first started, I think I made the error in thinking that I had to train in a very certain and specific way in order to have a healthy and positive gym career. I say career just in however long you end up lifting. And so I immediately started training with the football team, doing everything they did. It's back when I was 14, getting into high school and just doing a bunch of a lot of bench, some squat, and a lot of power clean type stuff. And I never really did anything that I actually wanted to do, or I wasn't very experimental. And I think it is extremely integral when you first start out that you put all expectations away, because the gym is meant to just be fun at its core. Of course, the people who have been going for years have that unrivaled discipline that stems from passion and commitment. But I think that passion is kind of born from the initial want to find purpose in the sport instead of just following what other people tell you because you think they have just because they have more experience than you and they look a little bigger than you, So many times people would just start doing random shit in the gym, even if you are experienced, just because somebody who seems bigger than you told you to do it. And I think it's a bit of a lack of self-certainty on what you want to be training or how you want to be training, which is fine. Everybody goes through it. I'm not special in that regard. I definitely go through it. But I think the best way to kind of, dig into your roots and really find a new way to train or a new purpose behind your lifting is to just put your expectations away. Put them to the floor. They don't matter. Get them out of here. You can have all the high hopes you want, but expectations, those are beneath you. Get them out of here because they're just going to set you up for failure in the long run. You just need to, what I think is so important is just going in and just fucking around with whatever you think would be fun today. Dig into your ego, not weight-wise, You don't want to max out on everything when you're trying to find out what's new and fun. Just throw some comfy weight on and just have fun doing a lift you never thought of. In weightlifting, all the time, people are doing all these random-ass complexes. And sure, a lot of it's labeled as what you would say a BS complex because there wasn't a big purpose behind it. But I feel that those people came up with some crazy long list of lifts they wanted to do. Like, if you know Sonny Webster, that guy throws weight around like crazy. And, you know, it probably doesn't help his strength a ton when he does 20 lifts in a row. But it makes the sport fun, you know? It drives a bit more passion out of it. When they're, you know, when you might feel things are a little stagnant, or you want to just evolve as a person when it comes to your lifting. And I think this applies to everything. A lot of the things that I've learned at the gym, I think, apply so hard to the real world, and people don't realize it. And just because it's ooga booga lift weight, it seems like it's not important to real life. But, you know, I think it's just the things that you become super committed and disciplined and passionate for in life, regardless of what it is, are what help you learn the best life lessons about your individual self. So back to my point, when you first show up, just have fun. Grab something that looks cool, that like literally like devolve into the mindset of a child, honestly. Just grab the first thing, like grab those dangling keys in front of you and jangle them around a little bit and see if they're fun. And if they're not, fuck it, do something else. But it's a way to where you can open up avenues of potential progressive lifts that will make you a better person in the gym and out of the gym. Or it'll show you what you don't like. And both are wins. Man, I didn't really have a lot to talk about today, so I'm kind of just getting whatever's in my brain out while I have any energy left. But regardless of what people are going to tell you when it comes to experience, their form, their strength, all of the science behind weightlifting in general, when you are at the lowest point career-wise, not personally, but just when you haven't started, you need to understand that it's okay to have fun and enjoy it. It's like when you go do fucking golf for the first time. You're probably going to go get drunk with your friends on a golf course and just hit a ball without thinking about it. And sometimes that brings out the passion out of it, you know? There's so many different ways to lift as well. Like there's powerlifting, bodybuilding, Olympic lifting, and a bunch of different mixes of all of those types of lifting, you know? You can do any sort of training you want. I do predominantly Olympic with power, you know? Even though most people are like, oh, you should just do power. It'll make you better or you should just do Olympic because power can take away from your Olympic potential. And I'm like, I don't care. I have fun this way. And the way that I see it, the way that you lift, when you lift in the most enjoyable and passionate way, that will make you way stronger in the long run than sticking to some super strict program that you just follow because somebody super experienced told you to do it, you know? And by all means, if you want to follow someone else's program and learn how to do some of that stuff on your own, then do that. But do it for you, not for the guy telling you to do it, you know? Just because people do it as a job doesn't mean that they want to control your life when it comes to the weight. They want you to find the whole point of coaching is to find your own stand in where you want to be in the weightlifting world. You know, you're not going to know when you walk in. Shit, you're not going to know. Like, it'll change periodically all the time. I was a powerlifter when I started. Then I went to bodybuilding. Didn't work out. Didn't really like it that much. I got introduced to Olympic lifting, fell in love with it immediately, and then wanted to get back into power a little bit. So I just switched to that. And that's the most passion that I've managed to find out of Olympic or out of just weightlifting in general. But even though I'm the most passionate now than I ever have been, I still was very, very passionate when I was just doing powerlifting or bodybuilding, you know, because I was doing what I wanted to do. So I don't know. I didn't really have, again, I have no thoughts on the brain. Yesterday I slept for like 3 hours and then worked for 14, and I was really hoping today would be a rest day. So I have very little thunks in the brain today. So I know this is kind of just seeming like a crazy person rambling right now, but maybe you needed to hear it, you know? Maybe you're new to the gym, or you feel like your lifts have gotten stagnant and you want to change it up and have fun for once in a while. So fuck the program for a week, do what's fun, you know, keep the weight at a weight that won't hurt you physically, you know, but just enjoy yourself for a little bit. It's okay to change up the program. You know, that's the way you grow the best. And if you don't like it or you want to go back to the program, then do it, you know? There's no right or wrong way in weightlifting. There's just what makes you the best lifter that you can be. Because the whole point is your own personal growth, whether it's emotionally or physically. You'll always do the best when you do what is the most enjoyable and drives you the most passion-wise. So I got nothing else. I'm so damn tired. I'm going home. I hope I don't go to bed this early, but you know, it is what it is. If I gotta sleep, I gotta sleep. Tomorrow's rest day. So while you won't be hearing from me, I will be shoveling cake in my mouth and enjoying 12 hours of staring at a wall and just getting as much physical rest as I can. So again, hope that helped anybody at all. Regardless, it's fun talking. So just enjoy your night and fuck around with the program a little bit. Bye.